Welcome back to the Great Circle, the animal survival experience set in an African wildlife preserve. I'm TJ, developer and creator of the project, bringing you the first gameplay video of the free public demo, which is now publicly available for anyone to download and play on the Great Circle's Discord. You can get to that Discord link in the link in the description. Just scroll down to the description wherever you're watching. If you're on YouTube, hit see more. If you're watching on Twitter, if you're watching on Facebook, Twitch, it should be in every description. Go down to the link tree. That's the one link that has a link to everything. In there you will see the Discord. You can go there and download it from the announcement section, or just actually one of the link trees is the download. It has the notes and everything, so just click that. You can get it multiple places, but it's on our Discord. It's on our link tree. It is free. It is a significant portion of the game in its current state. You can download. It's 8. Oops, hang on. Here we go. You can download it. It's 8.2 gigabytes for Windows, 64-bit architecture. Recommend a GTX 1050 or better. Yeah, it's a fully simulated world. It has wildlife of all types. You've got your birds, you've got small mammals, you've got snakes, crocodiles, hippos, giraffes, elephants, pangolins. We have impalas that I added today, or yesterday, 4 days ago. And there's a lot to see in the game if you've never seen it before. So it is the only open world, fully simulated wildlife experience right now, I think. And I'd love for you to try it out. And if you like it, definitely follow the project. Like us on Facebook, YouTube, follow us anywhere you have social media, and support the official release on Steam in the near future. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and begin. I'm going to go ahead and begin some gameplay. If you have questions, just ask in the chat. And if you missed the stream, post a comment with your question and I'll get back to it a bit later. And remember, you can follow on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, the whole nine, everywhere. Check it out. Linktree links to everything, including the demo. So. Don't forget to like the video. I'm going to have to be a little more disciplined about reminding folks to do that, because I'll go and look and realize that, hey, we're getting views, but people are forgetting to hit that like video. And I know you like what you're seeing because you're watching consistently. So help the channel out, help the game out with a like. It is free, and it makes a big difference. All right, let's get started here. So the demo is free. It is the elephant that you play in the free demo. The other versions of the demo have all 22 playable animals in it, but those are paid. But this one is free. I want folks to get the experience of playing as the elephant here. We got a little water here. We have some orbs on the screen that you can see. You got a blue and a red one. The blue one is a water puddle. It's a small source of water. And they appear kind of dynamically throughout the world. Oh, that one is, you have to dig for it. The red one is a dead body, so it's smelling blood somewhere. The big blue icon is a large body of water, so that would be like a lake or river. I'm going to go towards the migration area. That's where I'm going to find other animals and more food. That could be a very long distance. as this is a very big world. Right now, if you look in the HUD, you have the top left of the screen showing the version of the game that you're playing, the time of year, which is summer, the dawn, or time of day, it's showing dawn, 7:48 a.m. You can kind of see the world time, how fast it's passing there. Below that, you have the weather, partly cloudy. You also have the world temperature, which is 66 degrees Fahrenheit. You also have the number of days survived, and it's showing day 1. It restarts at the morning, so that's the reason it says 1, even though this should be 0, because I just started the world at when I spawned in. It turned morning and then it counted a day. But you're going to be able to know your days survived. I want to expand that functionality a lot to kind of to know, like, how many regions did you travel, how many animals did you encounter, that type of stuff. The other side, you have your FPS here. I'm playing on a GTX 1050, so if you have anything better, it's going to be better FPS for you. You have a mini map. You have the version of the map you're on. This is the official version 4.3. You can just consider it the official map. There's only one big map, and it has like 9 regions, and it's going to have more in the coming versions of the game. But like, you won't be loading different maps. Like, you won't load Kenya, you won't load Serengeti, this, that, the other. There's one big map, and you get all the regions combined, and you basically are going from region to region in an open world kind of way. So right now we're in the East Savannah region in the Thelani Forest area. So you do have the region right below the map version, and then the area, if it's a named area, it's going to be right below the region. If you're not in a named area but in your same region, you're only going to see the region. Raptor, what's up? Raptor's 1974 says, if you buy the demo, do you get the actual game free when it comes out? The demo is not for sale. The demo is free. This is a free public demo that is available on the Discord. Now, there is a paid version. It's the Patreon one. That Patreon is like a platform that helps support projects like on a monthly. If you want to like support like a project for $5 a month, you get more in your demo, in the Patreon demo, than in the free demo. So if you do get the Patreon, you're going to be able to play the crocodile, the giraffe, the hippo, the black mamba, that's a snake, the puff adder. You can get to play, basically there's about 22 playables that's going to be available for that. That one's getting a new update very shortly as well. So that one's a little bit behind this one, even though it has more animals. It doesn't have all the features of this because I've been spending so much time on this, but that one's coming right after this. So I'm going to be updating the Patreon version for folks, for all the Patreons, and they're going to be able to run around as whatever of the 22 animals, or actually it might be 25 by the time I'm done with it, that you want to play around with, and whatever new features I add come with that as well. So you should expect that the free one's a little bit limited, and the one that is paid is way more up to date with the full range of features and animals and world map and everything. By the time we're talking about Steam is, I consider that another version, because on Steam the way it works is you pay for it once, right? I think I've not sold games on Steam before, but my understanding right now is you buy it once, and it would be in early access. So you buy it in early access, and then you own the game. Like when it comes out officially, you still own it, but if you buy it in early access, you're getting to see the game early is why you're paying for it and everything like that. But you own it once it comes out, and you basically get all the updates along with it. So except for content that's like you pay for, like a downloadable contents, DLCs or stuff like that, which don't ask me what the plans are on that, because I don't really have all that fleshed out. But you're getting a lot of game right now, which I'm going to be showing. But yeah, there is going to be a Steam version coming soon. You can wishlist it right now, so there is a Steam page open, and we are streaming to the Steam page right now, which is really cool and interesting. Hang on, let me make sure I'm going still. Yeah, we're still migrating to the area. By the way, I'm using Auto Walk, which if you have the demo, it's Control plus W, which is forward to Auto Walk, or Control plus arrow. and you double, and then you do it again to stop. So you can control up, start, control up, stop, and the animal will walk by itself. Now, a later form of this that I'm developing is like a fully kind of simulated auto mode for the animal, so it won't just walk forward, it will walk to like a destination that you set, or if it's hungry, it will walk towards the nearest source of food. If it gets into a fight, it will fight kind of an automatic fight for you, and you can kind of just watch it. So it'll kind of be like a simulated animal that you're raising and watching grow. So I am working on that. I'm not 100% sure that that's going to be a thing. It's something that I'm testing and very interested in. And there's a cool mode with the camera where it's going to be able to orbit around automatically, so you can just kind of watch it if you want to. But yeah, that's coming in the future. That's not in this demo, but you do get the auto walk, which is useful because your fingers may get tired. The world is actually really, really, really huge, so it does take time to travel the map and see all the different regions and stuff. How's it going, Fanny Archaea? Sorry, caps. Nothing wrong with caps. You know, Trump subjected us to it for 4 years. Yeah, welcome to the stream. You can download the public demo if you want to try it. If you have a Windows computer, follow the link tree, and it will be the free public demo in the link tree. Or if you're on the Discord for the Great Circle, it's in the announcements section or the demo. So I put it in 2 sections. You can't miss it. If you're in a demo, if you're in the Discord, I already put like the @everyone, so everyone got the notification. So, and I'm not going to do that more than once. I only like to do those like every once in a while. But yeah, it's free. Download it, try it. It's not finished, so it's going to get better. You're going to see even more animals. To date, there are 82 animals, individual animal species, active and roaming in the game right now. 22 are technically playable. In this demo, you get the playable elephant. I may update the demo to give you a carnivore, so you get 1 herbivore, 1 carnivore, but that will be in the future. For now, this is the animal. You play around with the elephant. And right now we're walking towards migration area. Let me see here. Oh, let me finish going over the HUD. So right hand side, so once you go down from the map, you see that I left the named area, so it's only showing the region that I'm in, not the specific area of the region. If you go down, it says expose. What that shows us is that the character is affected by weather, and you can take exposure damage from heavy storms and stuff like that. So if I'm out in the open, I'm exposed, but if I walk into this bush, you see it says sheltered. That means that I'm protected if weather becomes harmful. So if the weather gets extreme or starts to damage you, you can walk into any bush, any bush that's bigger than you, and just kind of wait it out. So now it says sheltered. So then I wouldn't be taking exposure or weather damage at that point. Below that number is speed. It's a technical speed, so it's not scaled to like miles per hour or kilometers per hour, which is what you would want to see in the future. I'm going to do that later, but for now, for technical reasons, it has to be that weird developer number there. But that is showing your speed. You get 3. Hang on, let me auto walk again. So you get your slow walking speed, or if you hit Z, it goes into the Z walking speed. You hit that, it goes into a trot. Hold shift down, you go into your sprint. So you get 3 speeds. You get 3 speeds no matter what animal you are, basically. There isn't an auto run, so right now the auto walk only works on the Z and the trot speed. Below that, you have your gender, which is assigned to you at spawn or at birth, and it is random. So you don't choose female or male, you just get what you get. Below that, it shows your metabolic rate. So it says I have an increased metabolism, which means my metabolism, or the rate at which I'm burning through my hunger or my energy, is faster than normal. This is dictated by how much movement you do, and for how long you do it. If I start running for like 5 seconds, not really going to affect my metabolism. But if I'm, and I just reached level 2. That's what that sound was. But if I run constantly for like 10 minutes, that would increase my metabolism. And because I had been walking constantly from my spawn area, I went from normal metabolism to increased. It can go even farther. It can go to fast metabolism, which means I'm going to be burning through my hunger at a increased rate beyond what I'm at right now. Now, if I were to sit down or stop moving, my metabolism would slow down. It can get to slow, which would happen if you're basically asleep or comatose. But yeah, so that does change your how fast your stats are changing based on your metabolism, your metabolic rate. Below that, it just shows your status that I'm awake. That is going to be updated in the future to show if you are foraging for food right now, or if you're looking for a mate or something like that. It's kind of going to automatically tell you what you are in the middle of doing right now, even though you're the one deciding it. It's kind of just say, just like it says, I'm awake right now. Well, I am awake. But if you went down and went to sleep, it would say sleep. Or if you got slipped into a coma, it would say you're in a coma. But it's also going to tell you if you catch a disease later. It's going to tell you if you are being preyed upon. It's going to tell you a lot of different things. If you need to poop, it's going to be able to tell you that. Below that, you have the basically all the stats. Total health is a combination of all your stats telling you how healthy you are. Stamina, you know what that is, how long you can run. HP, that's your hit points. So if I get into a fight, that's how much damage I can take. Hide and skin is basically like a little bit of buffer before you start taking HP damage. It'll go through your skin. Now your skin, once your skin is penetrated, that's when you start to see effects like bleeding or scarring and things like that. It's not live in the demo, but it will be in the later versions of the game. Hang on, let me see where I am. I've just been auto walking the entire time. Oh, so that's not even the migration area. That was just like a random bush that I was eating. So we're going to continue on. Let me see. What else? So next we got thirst. So how much water I need. You have hunger. Right now I'm doing fine. I'm hungry, but I'm not starving yet. That's what more your hunger is for, to tell you if you're starving or getting ready to take damage. Hang on, what's happening? Okay, I think we got like a herd of elephants or something nearby. Gave me a little bit of lag. Below that is the interesting part. So it says stomach. So this is basically what happens when you eat. It does not refill your hunger. It goes into your stomach. Over time, your stomach digests the food, and then that refills your hunger. If your hunger's full, it then goes to refill your fat reserves. If you were to go down to 0 stomach and then your hunger reached 0, before you take damage, it checks to see if you have fat, and if you do, you burn through your body fat, and then you start to take damage because you were starving. That's kind of how that works. Sleep, by the time that runs out, I'm going to need to lay down and go to sleep to refill my sleep, and that's going to happen automatically. You don't have to press anything. The animal's automatically going to just get tired and lay down and go to sleep, and it will start to refill on its own. Oxygen is there, but it's not live yet. That's if you go underwater and you can't breathe, and then it runs out and you die. The reason it doesn't go down yet is because I haven't added diving for swimming. There's swimming on the surface of water, but you can't dive yet. Not as the elephant, at least. But once that's there, then your oxygen meter will work. Urine is also not live, but it's planned to be added to the status effects. That's how often you need to pee. That will serve other functions, such as marking your territory, letting animals know where they can or cannot go in your territory, and you kind of will need to remark areas to kind of reaffirm that something belongs to you or the territory belongs to you. And your urine is going to be able to let you do that. Just encountered a atlas deer, 2 atlas deers. Where are they going? Well, I don't know where they're going actually, but they're in a family group together. They might have been running from something. So let me hang on one second. there does seem to be a lot more animals forward because I'm starting to see a little bit of hitch. You can get a little lag if an area has a whole lot of animals. What I think of a whole lot is like 20 to 30, including insects and birds and things like that. But if you have a good graphics card, you may not experience any lag. Anyway, so feces also not live, but serving a lot of the same purposes as urine is what you could imagine. Growth is right below that, so it shows me right now I'm about 20% growth. The exact number is to the far right of that bar. You see the 0.2, you know, if you remember your math classes, move the decimal 2 points to the right to give you the percentage. So about 20% of my full growth. Now it says 0 out of 2. What that means is the 2 is there are 2 growth stages. Right now I'm the baby to adolescent is what I'm working on. That will be the first, and once I reach the past 1, then I'm working on my 2. That's when I'm young adult to full adult. Different animals will have different stages. So the elephant has 2 right now, but other animals may have 3, and other animals may have 1 or less. So it just depends on the animal. The elephant right now has 2. The animal does grow automatically. You don't have to press any button. It's just gradually getting bigger all the time. And once the stage from adolescent to young adult, once that happens, again, you don't have to press grow or anything. It just happens on its own. It will switch, and you will just suddenly notice, hey, I'm an adult elephant now. And last thing is group. That one's not live yet, but that's meant to tell you how many animals you can have in a group with you. For the demo, I've limited it to 3, but in the future, it will be more of a reflection of what happens in the wild. So elephants, for example, can live in groups of 10, 15, more maybe, and lion prides can get pretty big, like 20, maybe 30 members in a super pride, but or like wild dogs. So there are some animals that will have a much larger group size. Grouping is also, I've taken an automatic approach to that. I've decided to let the AI kind of choose their leaders. So in the world, the animals will choose what animals they want to follow. They consider you an animal the same as any other AI that you might consider an animal in the world. So if they want to follow you, they will approach you and you will see them be friendly to you and follow you around. You do not go up to them and recruit them. You do not do anything. It just automatically is a process where they are recognizing, hey, this guy's well fed, hey, this guy's strong and I'm not, and I want to be well fed, I want to be protected. So they may choose to follow you. It's not the same for every animal. So 2 elephants do not behave 100% the same. They get different personalities, which are randomly assigned, and these personalities can change. Every animal is meant to be able to memorize the relationship it has to anything that it meets in the world. So if you're mean to an animal and it becomes afraid of you, it will most likely remember that it needs to be afraid of you the next time you see it. The cool thing is that means that every animal is its own individual person or entity, and it can live its own life. So you may encounter an elephant that is named, let's say, Jabo or something, and you encounter it when you're 20% grown, but when you're 50% grown in a different region, you may encounter that same elephant if it happened to survive. So it is a fully simulated world. Oh, what am I looking for? Where is my food? Okay. We gotta keep going this way. I don't see any food right now. This is interesting. Oh, well, what can also happen is all the animals do eat whether you're around or not. So if you get to a migration area and there's no food, it means the animals ate the food, and that might be why the other ones were leaving and going somewhere else. So they may have already cleaned this place out. It's one of the realistic things that happens in the wild, so I wanted that to be something that can happen in the game as well. So you do have competition where you need to, oh, there's a bush right there, where you need to get to food before other animals do, or else they'll eat it first. Oh, I think the chat thing is, I don't know if anyone's saying anything. Let me refresh it, just in case so folks don't think I'm ignoring him. If you're saying it. If you're not saying anything, that's cool. Let me open my thing. Hang on. Just leveled up again. So at the bottom of the screen, the last thing is this is a game that has leveling, so you scale up in experience points. Every level you need more experience. Every time you get a level up, you increase in power, defense, weight, and individual physical stats until you're strongest. Now, the thing about the leveling system and growth in the game is everything is meant to affect everything. So if you're not healthy during your development time, you probably will grow slower. Your maximum size won't be fully realized. So by the time you're fully grown, you may not be as big as another elephant that was better fed, less injured, less sick, and got more movement time on the map, or got more exercise, and therefore has better stamina or whatever. You may not have the same stats as another animal. So then again, no two animals are alike. No two growth attempts will be predictable or alike, because so many factors affect how your stats are progressing. So you do have limited time to make your animal grow and be stronger. It's not meant to be something that you can repeat. So you want to try to get the best results you can with all the knowledge that you have, and as the game develops, that's going to become a bit more complicated and challenging. So I want to eat as much as possible, rest as much as possible if I want to be bigger. If I want to be fast, I want to run a lot, and you want to do that type of stuff. There's a white stork right there, I think. Let me go over the view modes right now. So right now I'm in the HUD. If I press H, I go into watermark mode. So the HUD goes away. Get the great circle watermark, top right of the screen. Press H again, HUD's back on. Now if I press H a third time, I go into what's called cinematic mode. So it's kind of like a movie, get your letterbox. So if you want to make a video and you want it to look and feel more cinematic, or you want a more cinematic feel or a documentary feel, just by pressing H, you cycle through all the view modes: watermark, HUD, cinematic mode, HUD, watermark, HUD, cinematic mode. One button for everything. Cycle through the different modes, pick the one you like. Right now I'm exposed to rain, but it's not giving me any damage. If it starts to affect my health, I'll notice. It will show a damage mark on my character, as well as showing the effects of my stats. That's when I need to run and find some cover. Let me get some more food before I do that. If there are no animals at the migration area, they're most likely on their way. Animals can detect food from long distances away, depending on the animal. So, because they are all scattered across the map, so it may take some of them a longer time to get somewhere, because they may have started somewhere else, or they have a lower running speed. What is that? Is that a rock? Okay, it is. Alright, now I'm taking damage because it's not light rain anymore, now it's regular rain. So let's see what happens if I walk right over here. I'm no longer taking damage. It also says I'm sheltered. So I could wait out this damaging rain right here. Or if I feel like I'm tanky enough, if I have enough health, I can go back out and just tolerate the rain, or I can do a thing where I'm out there for a time until I feel like my health's low enough, and I go back into the bush, and then I go back out, and then I go back into the bush. There's no way to predict how long the rain will last, so you kind of make your own call on whether you want to run out and try to get some food. I'm going to go and get some food. So I'm going to run to this bush. Now, even though it says 0, it really is taking a small amount, so it's not 0. It's just close to being 0. Another choice you have is, if you notice, this food bush, which I can eat, actually can shield me as well. So, you may be in a situation where maybe the only food is also the only source of shelter, and you may want to... Hang on a second. Let me check something out. Couldn't really tell, but it seemed like maybe the blurriness thing was back. I may have to, if that's back, I will definitely update it. Character shouldn't be blurry up front or up close. Sorry for the rain. The character shouldn't be blurry up close, so it seems like it might be on. So if that is the case, that's a bug. I'm going to fix that, and I'll replace the download link with like one where I've updated it to exclude the blurriness, but it's really hard to tell. It seems like it might be just a weird angle for the camera, because I don't want any blurriness anywhere. Actually, it seems like it might be. I'll take care of it. But yeah, that way if you guys want to take pictures or thumbnails or whatever, it won't be like blurry if you want close-ups or whatever. So I can actually take the camera out. I can look around the bush. Here's a mode that you can do also. You can press B, and if you're in very thick bush, it will become transparent. The bush is still there, it's just for you can kind of see through it. For another animal or player, they only see the bush. So this is only a mode meant to help you if you're in really thick environments or bushes. Let me see if it's still on. I was pressing it. There you go. So when that mode is on, whatever bush I'm overlapping with will now become transparent. Now reach level 4. My attack power is 40, defense 40, weight 40. Multiples of 10 for the elephant at least. But yeah, so you can turn that mode on and off with B. We also got some in-game music, plays at different times of the day. Not 100% predictable, so sometimes you get afternoon music, sometimes you don't. It is music licensed for this game, so it's not just something I found on YouTube or anything like that. Gonna wait for the rain to get lighter. What else? Oh yeah, so the I key is an info graphic I put together. It will tell you a little bit more about the world. It's very basic, kind of thrown together. I'll develop this more, but this was going to be like your help menu or your info key, and it'll just give you some basic info. Attack with this button, targeting, right mouse button, strafe, right mouse button, auto walk, control plus W, kind of like a key cheat sheet or whatever, and then a little bit of info towards the bottom. Escape, that's your menu. your options, control, display, graphics, back, continue. I'm starting to feel like the blurry thing is it actually is there. I know how to fix it. What it means is I forgot to turn the thing off for the map before I exported the game, so I can easily fix that tonight and replace the download link. You don't have to change anything. If you just want to download it again, you can. It won't have that blurriness feature. It's meant to make the game more cinematic, but I figured it just didn't work the way I wanted it to, so I excluded it. The time of day is in military time, so it's like 1500 hours right now, which means it is 12, 13, 14, 15. It's 5 o'clock. 5 p.m. Now you get weather based on the time of year it is. So since it's summer, I'm not going to get snow. But it does snow in some parts of Africa, in certain areas, like the mountain peaks and stuff like that. So eventually, the game will reflect that as well. Raptor 90. I'm sorry if I missed this chat for a long time, but Raptor 1974 says it's downloading right now, and I'm really hoping my PC can handle it. Yeah, some folks may be surprised. It may play better than you expect on like if you don't have the best graphics card in the world. I've been testing on that, so I've at a minimum it should play fairly decently, and if you have a good graphics card, it's gonna look better, much better than what you're seeing on my screen right now. My computer struggles to do this and stream at the same time, so if you're not streaming and you have a better graphics card, you're gonna get a better experience. But eventually it's gonna get even more performant and stuff, so I'm very, very, very hopeful about the future performance of the game, because it's only going to go up from here. And right now, I mean, this can handle like a lot of animals in one area, so I'm encouraged because I want to do mega herds. Something dead over there. So thanks to the fact that I did eat something, I can kind of wait here for a while. For the rain to let up. I did make it so that you can scroll the camera out a good distance, kind of get more of a view of your area. But it does reset if you go too far. But this is pretty good. You can kind of see around the bush that you're in and kind of get an idea of what a predator sees. The bushes do block visibility, so if you're trying to hide from something, they can hide you from the predators, provided they didn't see you go into the bush, because then they know. There's a water puddle there. So another cool feature of the game, I don't know if anyone's played the Isle before or knows what that is, but if anyone has ever played in the Evrima map, one of the reasons you don't go to the beach is because you can't drink salt water, and there's like no water sources. So I had the idea of coming up with the concept of puddles that form throughout the world for whatever reason. Like when it rains, there wasn't a puddle right here next to me before, but now there is. Let me get up and I'm going to go drink from that puddle. How's it going, Omen? Welcome to the stream. So while it rained, this puddle of water just kind of appeared. And all puddles of water are drinkable in the demo. So you can see it says drink. And you see the number on the puddle is going down as well. That's evaporating. It's slower while it's raining, but Oh, it just switched to light rain. So the weather is now weak enough that I'm not taking damage from the weather. But I could drink from this puddle as long as it's there. But once it runs out, it's gone. So because it rained, there's puddles all around. So you notice, see all these blue orbs? These are all water puddles. Remember, the blue orbs are small bodies of water. That big blue icon is a big body of water in the distance. Actually, I think I'm going to go to the big body of water in a second. But I just want to show you. Here's another puddle. It's much smaller. And the number on it, therefore, is going to be much, much less. And I just drank it in one gulp. Now I'm hungry. Let me get some more food before I run over there. Now that my hunger is completely run out, I am going to start to starve and take damage because I'm that hungry. Elephants have to eat constantly, so you are going to need a lot of food. Oh, there's some food over there. I think I hear something eating. Now, there are no generated sounds in this game. What that means is everything that you hear right now, you hear the clicking, that's a white stork making that sound, an actual animal making the sound. So I don't generate sounds as ambience. What I do instead is I have animals in the environment that make the sounds themselves. So you get a natural ambience from the actual animals that are in your immediate area. If you don't hear many sounds, it means there are no animals, or very few animals to make any sound. So whatever you hear, whether it be a cicada, a cricket, a grasshopper, or a little Tweety bird, that's an actual animal that you can just follow the sound and you will eventually run into the animal making that sound. And it is surround sound, so you'll be able to tell which direction it's coming from. What's that? Where's the food? Oh, there it is. Alright, so I am starving, so I just took 8 damage because I'm starving of food, so I went from 40 to 32 health. Let's go ahead and get this in my stomach. Some good food right here. Scent is automatic in the game. I take an automatic approach to that as well, just like sleep. So when you get close enough to something, if it's edible, if you can smell it, it will show up. Some of you may have noticed the little smoke that I'm leaving behind is my actual scent. All animals, most animals have scent, like that. That's a rhino right there. It has its own scent. If I were to walk up to the smoke that it leaves, in other words, its scent, I would see on my screen the species of the animal and the gender. So your scent leaves behind the information about what you are for other animals to find, and vice versa. They leave information about what they are for you to find and for other animals. That's passed along in the scent. Rhinos are a little bit aggro in this game, so I'm going to keep my distance because they easily can kill me. Let's see here. Eat this food right here real quick. It's getting dark. I'm going to switch to night vision soon. This is still the migration area, so most of the food is around this migration area, and this is where other animals are going to be attracted to. The herbivores come here first, and then that attracts the carnivores as well. So just know that, you know, there's kind of a process of the food appears, and animals that eat the food appears, and animals that eat those animals appear, and it's kind of like a repeating process, just like in the wild. Oh, hang on, I gotta pause this real quick. Got an error. My computer's struggling to do this and stream, so I'm going to have to close that for a second because my VRAM is filling up. So question from Omen is, can you like become an adult elephant? Yes. It happens slowly over time. The elephant is growing based on how well you're doing with nutrition and being injured and staying safe. That will affect how fast you grow. Is there eldering? No, there's no such mode in this game. There is the beginning of dying from old age for the AI, but it is not live in the free demo right now. But I am developing the death by old age for AI right now. I'll let you know how that develops. I don't plan to have elder modes. If you're familiar with Path or the Isle has elder. What else has elder? I'm not sure, but it's like a mode where you live long enough and you get special ability. I'm not going to do that because that doesn't make any sense for what I'm doing. I'm trying to be a little bit more realistic for the wildlife that I'm doing. So in the wild, you don't gain abilities as you get older, you kind of lose them. So I'm more interested in looking at that direction, but I haven't really decided to kill the player via old age yet. Hang on, I had to close the game and I'm opening back up in a second. Slowly keeping an eye on my computer's performance because it struggles. Alright, here we go. Alright, we're gonna do it again. Alright, so let me go over the main menu real quick. So story mode, you'll notice, is the first mode of the game here, which you cannot play in the demo because it's not developed yet. But story mode is going to be a very, very, very big and important part of this game, almost centric. That's more of a structured gameplay where you're doing specific things to build a narrative. It will feature, most notably in the beginning, human story mode, so you get to play as a human. And also some animals will have story mode. I have a lot of animals. There are 82 in the game right now, so I can't do right now story mode for each and every one, but I have been working on, I have 3 chapters of the elephant done right now, and I want to try and get those into an updated demo or like get it into the Steam version of the game, hopefully like by the end of the year, if not New Year's or something like that. But I'm working on it. Survival is what I was playing. That's more of your open world, freestyle, free roaming gameplay where you're just surviving. You're fully simulating your world with other animals. They live their own lives, you live yours. That's what this mode is. But story mode is more of a structured experience. Documentary mode is for those of you who like to make documentaries out of the video games that you play. I've seen a lot of documentaries based on The Isle and Wild Savannah or Path of Titans, stuff like that. You'll be able to go into this view mode and you'll basically have a camera that you can fly around and watch the animals just kind of be in the wild and live. And it will take off the HUD and all that stuff, so it'll make it easy to record. You'll either be able to use the in-game recorder or your own recording software, so you can kind of remove the HUD elements and just watch if you want to. So it'll just be you watching the AI. For now, I'll be developing that more in the future. Lore is like information that you collect about the story and the world, whether it's in story mode or in survival, because you can go into story zone areas while you're in survival, even though they're not active. The scripted events won't be firing off while you're in survival. You can go there and you can actually get info, and what will happen is it will be stored here, so you're building up information about your world slowly over time, and it will be stored here. You're kind of like collecting trophies or pieces of a puzzle, because it does have a lot to say about the background in the world and stuff. Options, you know what that is. And then about is that links back to everything involving the Great Circle. So this will open a link tree which shows, actually let me click it. Here we go. So just open this web page, and what that shows is we got a Facebook page, a Twitter, Instagram, what is this? YouTube, Twitch, our Patreon. Patreon members get a more open version of the game with more animals that you can play, because that helps support development. Email directly to the Great Circle Official, and then if you want to donate with PayPal, that traditional PayPal link is there. Here is a link to the notes about this demo. You can actually click that, and it opens like a Google Docs page which just has the notes on it. So it's like a convenient link that has all the other stuff involving the Great Circle in one link. You can also join the Discord server right here. You can follow us on Steam. You can wish list the game. It is on Steam right now. And our official website. It's hard for me. I'm the only developer for this game, so it's hard for me to keep up with keeping everything up to date. So, if some stuff looks out of date, just give it time and I'll eventually update it. Let me see what this is. I forgot what this is. Oh, we got a TikTok. I forgot about that. Yeah, so there's a TikTok too. It's not going well. The Instagram is going really well. But the TikTok thing, I'm trying to learn it and get into it. But like Instagram, we got a bunch of followers here. So we've been doing pretty good with Instagram. So follow us everywhere. If you like what you see on the video, definitely help out the game by just hitting that like button. It is completely free. It helps me and the game out a lot. Helps us get discovered by other people, and that's kind of important because it costs a lot of time, energy, and money to make this game. So yeah. All right, let's get back to this. So once you have the more open version, like the Patreon version or the Steam, see all these animals? These are the playables. They're here because they work. So you can do secretary bird, tawny owl, meerkat, lion, puff adder, mangrove snake, green mamba, black mamba, African hare. There are only like a couple that are like they're shown on the list, but it's not ready yet. Like the African rock python is not ready, the zebra is not ready, so you can't play as those or the Nile crocodile. But you can play as the West African crocodile, the golden eagle, the serval's not ready yet. African wildcat is ready. African elephant, hippopotamus, white rhino, giraffe, blue wildebeest, wild boar, leopard, red fox, fennec fox, African hare, and I mentioned those other ones before. So you can see there's a bunch of animals. These are just the playables. Again, there's 82 animals in the game. These are 22 something that are playable. The goal of the game is to have hundreds of animals, and for most, if not all of them, to be playable. So it is going to be a long-term endeavor. I have been working on it long-term since May 2020, so that's definitely over a year and a half. So it's been in development for a long time. You can also see the human gameplay, the human characters over here. We have a park ranger who kind of protects the animals, prevents illegal activities in the game reserve, that kind of style of gameplay. But I have a lot of gameplay for humans planned, such as being a wildlife photographer, where you go around and you take pictures and you earn money by taking pictures of certain animals and getting hard to reach shots and things like that. You can be a tour guide where you lead tourists safely through safaris and things like that. You can be a scientist going on scientific missions trying to get wildlife DNA samples or investigate strange behavior from animals to see if things are legit or not, or if there's a new species. There's a lot that I'm doing with humans that is going to spill over from the story mode, but you're going to be able to do a lot of the gameplay in the freestyle survival open world area of the game as well. There's going to only really be one map, and that's the official map. There only needs to be one because I'm able to actually put all my maps into one big map and make it a huge area that you can go open world from one region to the next. through secret locations, through locations that are hard to reach, locations that are you can only reach certain times a year. I'm able to do that in one map. So the fact that there's this other one here, Mount Mukangale, is actually inside official now. It used to be separate, but now the map is so big that I just put it inside, and so eventually this is going to be gone. Actually, I forgot to just remove this, so really you only need official. But yeah, that's that. Let's click official, and it will launch in a second. Let me go to questions. Dang, I missed a bunch of this chat, sorry. Let's see here. So Gecko Block says, sadly I can't run this. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, man. I'm working really hard on making the game as efficient as possible so that you should be able to run it on lower spec computers. I'm hopefully going to be able to make it run on like a 980 GTX 980. Right now I would recommend at least a GTX 1050 Ti as like the minimum GPU, and that's like the main thing at play here is how good your GPU is. It is 8.2 gigabytes size on your hard drive, so you do need space. But the main thing is how good your GPU is. I know how hard it is to get GPUs right now, so I am working hard to make it more efficient, and it actually is going to be much more efficient in the very near future. Like, yep, don't forget like the video. I'm gonna try to remind people to help me out, give me that like. I think personally, I'm gonna like to play foxes the most. Foxes are fun. I have two right now, red fox and fennec fox, and there's gonna be more like bad-eared fox and other African species as well. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so good for realism. Absolutely. I'm pushing for like as realistic as an experience as I can manage. There's a ranger tower right there. That's gonna be where like rangers can go up and kind of see if there are any poachers out here poaching animals, and you try to stop the poachers from poaching animals. Or if you're playing the animal, you try to escape poachers, their traps. They're gonna have hunting dogs chasing you. It's really going to be an experience. It's not in the demo yet, but like it is definitely. I'm in development in that right now. Fanny Archia Basu says, "Are they currently placeholders?" What are you referring to? Animals? You might have asked this like minutes and minutes ago, so I'm sorry, I don't know what you're referring to. You're probably talking about the animals. If not, like some of the stuff I do have plans to replace, like a lot of the bush and landscape elements. I'm updating to look even more realistic and better. So some of these plants and stuff are placeholders, so they're getting switched out soon. The animals, not so easy to say that those are placeholder. That really has a lot to do with my access to artists that will make their stuff available for me at a price that I can afford, which usually means that they're selling to other people too. So some of the animals I could say will be placeholder, but I don't know for sure. The most responsible thing to say is whatever's in the game is in the game, and I will improve it if I can as soon as I possibly can. But I'm not gonna say anything is a placeholder right now, because if I don't have exclusive money, I'm not gonna have exclusive type animals. So it is what it is. But it's good, right? You don't need to play any other games. You can just play this one. So yeah. What was the other thing? Oh, the animals is what you meant. Oh, perfect. That was the animals. Yeah, animals. Some of them I can say are placeholder because I know I have better programmed and modeled animals that I haven't implemented yet, but I know they're going to be soon. So like for example, the Impala is going to get an update in the relatively near future. The Springbok isn't even in yet, so that's not a placeholder. It's just coming soon. Springbok's gonna look really freaking good. The buffaloes, I have plans to improve those greatly. So I can say that that one is definitely placeholder because I'm going to do it if it kills me. But like other animals, I don't know. Other animals look really good, and I really don't have a reason to get an improvement or seek an improvement at this point yet, because again, I'm a single dev. I don't have like an animation team or anything like that. So if I want to improve something, I have to put in the tens of hours to do it myself, and I've got to create a budget for my time, because there's got to be animation time, there's got to be landscape time, there's got to be AI time, there's a lot of tasks that have to get done by me at the end of the day. But generally, I want everything to be improved as much as I can as soon as possible, like fast. So if I can improve something, I will improve it. Okay, imagine this in a few years. In a few years, we don't know what will happen in a few years, but yeah, in a few years, I see this game being unrecognizable. When I started in May 2020, if you go on the Facebook, you will see the first stream that I ever did was like May something last year. You can literally see the game. The map was like a little blob of green. There's like nothing in it, but like now that was a placeholder animal. I had like a placeholder wolf, and just to run around the level in, and you literally can see me real time learning how to design this game from day one all the way till today, and it has gone through so many changes. I put so many hours in it. Oh Jesus. Let me get it from over here. Hippos are on some different stuff right now. And there's a croc. They're killing the croc. He's fighting back. Something's dead. He got one of them. They killed the croc, but he got one of them. Oh, check out my flamingo. Oh yeah, where is he? It says, in a few years, people online will be able to play this game and do realism and stuff for like tourists in a car exploring the savannah. Yeah, you're not gonna have to wait a few years for that. Actually, let me show you something. I may be dead when I turn back real quick, but let me. One of the videos on here shows like the human stuff that I have going on. Is this it? No. Hang on. 1 second. Here we go. I'm trying to get to the video control. Here we go. So here you can see the humans in the car. And basically I'm watching some animals pass by or something. Something's about to happen, I forgot. Well, actually not much happens in that. Here we go. This is me driving the car. So the development for the human gameplay and the safari aspect of it is actually quite far along. I've been working on that for quite a bit. There's just so much story element in it right now that it's going to involve a lot of things. Now you can kind of see the bushes at that point in time. This was like a couple months ago. At that point in time, the bushes were going through the car. But like you can drive the car around. You can get out and walk around. Let me see if there's another video. Here's a video of me walking around as the ranger. So basically, I'm looking for poachers. I've got my car there. I know where the animals are migrating. I can kind of follow the animals, looking for poachers and stuff. Oh, I think I just died in the game. Crocodile just killed me. Oh well. But like, yeah. This isn't gonna take a few years. This is actually gonna be a few months away. Actually, I might have some form of humans in the game. Like, like what'll probably happen first is I'll have the poachers in the game by like the end of the year, by like end of this month actually. And there'll be like an extra enemy that you have to avoid, but I may actually have a story mode element for that done too. Alright, let's get back to this. It says that's sick, right? All the flamingo, yep. You should see them when they're all herding up, when it's like 20 of them walking around. That looks really cool. Lovely Kale says, when will it release? Well, the free demo is released today. You can get it from the Discord right now. And the next release is, I'm updating the Patreon version, which has more than one playable animal. So the Patreons are going to have all these: the meerkat, the tawny owl, secretary bird, green mamba, black mamba, those are snakes, puff adder, the mangrove snake, leopard, wild boar, blue wildebeest, giraffe, white rhino, hippo, elephant, African wildcat, serval's not done yet but it's coming, zebra's coming, Nile crocodile not done yet but it's coming, West African crocodile is done and that will be playable, golden eagle. You can even do monarch butterfly if you want to fly around as like a little insect and just spy on stuff. Just kind of watch. And this is a very specific style of gameplay, but the alligator snapping turtle and the sulcata tortoise will be animals that you can play too. Because I feel like there's like a play style for like a lot of different people, and I want to have a different animal to fit like different types of play styles. So like African rock python is a different play style than croc or, you know, wildcat. But like if you like just looking at landscape, maybe the just kind of slowly just leading a peaceful life, maybe the tortoise life is for you. Or if you want to travel great distances and stuff, maybe you want to be wildebeest or the zebra or something. Or if you want to fly around, be the secretary bird or the tawny owl or the golden eagle. But yeah. Oops, sorry, I got to trying to keep up this chat. Give me a second, I gotta open it in a different window. I gotta go way back. Let me see here. Vector Gaming and Design says, I'm so excited about this game. Can't wait until it's released so I can make some videos. I think animals I would love to play would be impalas. Just added those actually. They're AI, you can't play them yet. But springbok, that's coming soon. Zebras, those are coming. And ostrich. Good choice at the last part. Ostrich is very interesting. Ostrich is going to play opposite of cheetah in terms of speed. We all know cheetah's like the fastest animal on Earth, but they're going to be comparable in terms of like their ability to run and flat surfaces. So it's going to be a really cool, interesting style of gameplay and style of hunting when you're a speedy hunter with not a lot of power, but a whole lot of speed to attack with. And then if you're like a not as fast as cheetah, but with superior stamina, like the ostrich, that's going to be really interesting to see. You can expect that to be pretty awesome. Owen says true. Trying to go in order. Some of these I realize I'm going out of order. Oh my gosh, leading the tourist through the savannah and accidentally running one of the animals over. Yes, you can actually do that. You can do that. You can do that right now. It's not in the game yet, but you can actually do that. That would be horrible, but realistic and true. Let me see here. Oh, here's a question from Lovely Kales. What do baby zebras look like? Smaller versions of big zebras. No, that's actually one of the reasons that the zebra is not playable yet. Is I have to finish working on like a baby model. It really, I've just been busy with the other systems in the game that the specifics of animals like that. I haven't come back around to working on the zebra. As soon as I get back over to the zebra, I will get that done, and that will be playable. Now the AI have both adult and babies, but I gotta make it for the player. Right now the player only has the adult, and because this is like growing from a baby to an adult, is like that's the gameplay loop right now. I can't have it in the game if there's nothing to do other than walk and look for food. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not aspiring to make the gameplay loop only walk, look for food, look for water, and stuff like that. There's gonna be a whole lot more to do with this game. It's much bigger than it appears to be right now. Let me see here. OMG, that's astonishing. I can't wait. Thank you. Yes, I would love to fly as a bird. What birds are there? Good question. So birds are currently, this is from Victor, so I have more species of bird in the game than any other species. And actually, any other game in this category, there are more species of bird than there are species of any kind in the other games. There's like 31 bird species right now. So, on the playable side, the secretary bird, golden eagle, tawny owl, and the white stork. It's not on the list here, I don't think, but you will be able to play it. It was one of the ones that I tested with early. Those are some of the playables like in the current time, but again in the future, basically anything that you see as AI you will eventually should be able to play as well. So just what you will encounter in the world, you'll see secretary birds, golden eagles, you'll see just pigeons, doves, you'll see white storks, you'll see shoebill storks, flamingos, sparrows, robins, tawny owls. I don't have the oxpeckers yet, but a lot of the stuff that some of the little ones are doing, I'm basically all I need is the oxpecker for that to work. But you will eventually get the oxpecker. You have griffin vultures in game right now. You're also going to get lapid face vultures relatively soon. I'm doing work on a fish eagle, and hopefully I can get a martial eagle as well. The birds are very important for the game because they are responsible for a lot of the iconic ambient sounds that you see in like wildlife documentaries and African videos and stuff you may have seen online. Like they just make up a part of the atmosphere with their sounds, their calls that travel over great distances. So I do spend a lot of time adding birds because I want the world to feel as real as possible and immersive as possible. And part of that is I gotta have those birds, and I damn sure gotta have those primates because we want to hear the colobus monkeys, we want to hear the baboons, we want to hear all that stuff. Because I don't generate sounds, I have them come from the AI there in the world. That's what makes up the ambiance. So lots of birds. We have more birds than anything. Let me see here. Man, I'm gonna be missing some of these, but let me see. I got so behind on the chat. Hang on. Oh, here we go. Here's my place. So there would probably be the last played. Oh, that would probably be the least played creature for Monarch. To be honest, I could use it, I guess. Well, like when I start to do multiplayer, I can imagine some people would like pick Monarch if they want to like like spy on other animals or whatever, or if you're the type of person who just likes looking at the visuals or the landscape, maybe not interacting too much, but just kind of being a fly on the wall or being a butterfly in the atmosphere. I promise you, whatever animal that I put in this game, there's a type of person who would love to play it. Like, it just fits a different gameplay style for almost anyone. Like, the kind of people who play tortoises, you're gonna see them herding up together and being tortoises. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a really interesting social experiment that is gonna happen in the game. But yeah, I think you're gonna have some butterfly people. I kind of agree. It's probably gonna be one of the lesser played ones. But maybe not as much as you think. One of the reasons that I have it in is because butterflies can actually travel pretty fast because they can fly. Now, I'm not going to spend much time putting things like ants or anything in the game because it's like, how far are you going to travel over the lifetime of the ant's life? You know what I mean? It's like you're not going to get much gameplay or see a lot of gameplay from that. Plus, you're going to be so small on my textures, and like I don't want to have to create like a mini world for you as well. So some insects will be playable, whereas others will just be part of the environment. But I think more people than you might suspect will be interested in playing butterflies. But I don't spend a lot of time on insects. Like, I have grubs. There are a lot of insects. There's rhinoceros beetles, dung beetles. There's roaches. There's stuff in the game right now that you will find at carcasses and stuff like that. But I don't plan to make a lot of that stuff playable. In a big savanna world. That's one of the reasons. Turtle, yep. We got sulcata tortoises, we got snapping turtles, we got a box turtle. Oh, question for Victor. Oh, I lost it. Where is it? Oh, can the mambas climb trees? Yes. Actually, tree climbing is one of the features that's in the game that I didn't really advertise in the patch notes or anything because it's not done yet. The leopard and the snakes can actually climb the trees quite easily. It just doesn't look good yet, so as soon as I develop that more in the near future, I will be more vocal about, like, check out this climbing. The climbing is actually a really cool gameplay. But yeah, you can climb the trees like right now, and the AI don't really climb the trees as the snakes yet, but I'm working on that. I can do it, and it's just a matter of time. Let me see here. OMG, you're amazing. Thank you. Gecko Blocks says, are African lions playing? African lions are in the game. It's actually one of the playables if you're on the Patreon. But they're in the game. They're one of the they're one of the big dangers. So they're one of the worst things you can fight in the game is a male African lion or a lion pride, because they're powerful, and when they pride up on you, there's just a lot of attackers, and you deal with one, you run, and then like two others catch up to you. It's meant to be a really dangerous endeavor. But yeah, they're in. They're not just playing, they're in. Oh, you see it, never mind. Okay, gotcha. This game will definitely be revolutionary in terms of how detailed it is. Yes, not just detailed, but I think there's a difference between making a survival game and what I'm doing is trying to push the boundaries of what that actually is. So it's not just water and hunger and growth. It's a lot more than just that. It's mating. The animals already mate on their own. The player can't mate yet, but you will be able to. There is herding. There's just so much stuff that affects the initial things that you do in your gameplay loop that make other loops out of other things. The migration aspect of it is really cool. So when you play some of the paths that I have set up, like some of the migration routes, that's going to take you through canyons. It's going to take you through jungles. It's going to be really interesting when you play like the herd of elephants that migrate. It's going to be really cool. It's not done yet, but it's going to be awesome. Let me see. Yeah, and expect what I do in this game. It's going to be mimicked. A lot of stuff is already, you see it here and then you'll see it other places later. Um, a dope animal to add would definitely be hyenas. Hey, very good suggestion, lovely Kales. Actually, hyenas are in the game. They just have limited appearances. They're in the game right now. The hyena that I have does not look good enough for me to really show it during the day. So what I do is I make them come out at night, and they present a similar threat to lions. Is when they appear, there's not just one or two, there's a bunch, and they are scary as hell. The sounds are really good. I mean, when you're at night and you're in night vision mode and it's raining and you just hear the cackling, the and then some of them do that whooping sound, the whoop. They sound great right now. They don't look great, but they sound great. And at night, it's forgivable. The look is forgivable because they do create an atmosphere. They do work, so they do serve as real dangers for you at night. And eventually I will have it looking good enough to play and to see more during the day. But they are in the game right now, mainly as a threat to the player at night. Yes, hyenas. Gecko Blocks agrees. Wait, you can be a cute otter? Actually, yeah. We do have the Groot otter, or the African clawless otter is another name, but I went with Groot otter for the name here. They're in the game as AI right now, and I had a couple things I wanted to work on with the swimming to make them playable, but they're gonna be playable really soon, probably by the end of this month. But yeah, they're in the game, and if you see them, they'll go to water, they'll swim. They look really good in the water. Can you lay on your back in the water and attach to someone that's floating too? No, but I'm looking at stuff like that to make the game look and feel more realistic. There's some surprising amount of details that I already have in a game that make it look like a lot more lifelike, that I plan to expand on, like with things like what you just mentioned, like little details like that. Let me see. Oh, that was part of a longer comment. By holding on to them and the baby, you have them on the chest. So I don't have anything that detailed yet, but I'm thinking about how to do that. Basically, what you described, I can do. The trick is getting the AI to do it at the right times and not interfere with their other functions. But yeah, I can and probably will eventually have those little scenes that you can just kind of come across. You see them in the water floating with their babies and stuff. Let's see here. Jonathan Lewis. I'm going to try to power through to the end of these comments before I jump back in. Jonathan Lewis says, can I play as Zebra? Not yet, but you can see them in the game just doing their zebra stuff, and eventually in the near future you will be able to play as Zebra. What I'm working on right now for the Zebra is the babies, so that you can grow from baby to adult. That's basically the only thing holding it back. And that's just because I haven't really had time. It's not like a skill issue or anything. It's just I haven't gotten back around to the zebras. I'm making my rounds. Right now I'm in the water creatures because I didn't have swimming in the game like 2 weeks ago. I got finished with the demo and then I immediately started working on swimming. So now swimming works. So now I'm getting back towards the zebra, and once I'm on the zebra, it will be playable in short order. Lovely Kale says, it's okay. Also, I know this might not come soon, but color variations. Also, albinism. Alright, interesting subject there. So, color variations probably won't exist in the game for the player to choose at will. What exists right now is a percentage of chances. For example, if you're playing the leopard, to end up as a black leopard. That's currently in the game. It's a rare mutation, but it is a realistic thing, so I wanted it to be in the game. So definitely you can get the I guess what's the term, melanism or something, where you end up black, or albinism, where you lose the pigmentation and the animal looks white. Both of those are either in the game right now in some form or planned for more development. But what I'm not planning to do at this point in time is make that choice going in, because it moves away from the realism aspect of, you don't choose a lot of the stuff that animals don't choose a lot of, their starting points. So I also want the player to feel like, okay, just get what you get in life and you do the best you can. So I mean, you will notice eventually, like, hey, this is like my third playthrough of lion, but my lion is really fast, and he's slimmer than the other time I played lion. And it's like I'm in the first 5 minutes, so it's like this is like a starting point that's different. True, yes, it's meant to be that much more complicated. The lions are not meant to all end up the same or start the same. So all the animals will have different starter stats, so you may have a little boost in certain areas, and it's meant to be that way on purpose. I don't want you to be able to choose that. So when you do, if you're somebody who does want to play like a black leopard, for example, when you do get it, it's going to really feel special, and you're probably going to want to not die because when you die, you go back to, you probably will end up with the regular code again, because there's a small chance that you'll end up with a variation or a mutation like that. Dang it, I need to open the other thing so I can, let me see if it caught up to the... I think I'm almost towards the end of the chat, so I'll be jumping back in really soon. Let me see here. As a butterfly, it'd be funny to just troll people. Yes, it will be. What's going to be funny is it's going to take people a while to realize some of the animals are AI, like there's butterfly that are AI, but it's like when you notice, like, why is this one like flying around my head so much? It's like, oh, that's a player. Yeah, when the mobile expansion comes out. Right now this is a single player experience, but when the mobile expansion comes out and you just encounter a butterfly that's just behaving weirdly, it may take you a little time to realize that that's a player. So that will be fun and interesting. Gecko Block says, could we see the model of the lion? Yes, actually. In a second when I jump in, I will go to where I think I will find some lions. Lovely Kale says, also for the aging, what age do you die of natural causes? Good question. So because that's in development for AI first, there's no set time yet. Right now I'm trying to find what is the proper time for the AI to be alive, because one of the big things about the game is that all the animals that you encounter are meant to really be like their own individuals. So like they all have different personalities, so no two rhinos are going to be exactly alike. One may be a little more aggressive, one may be a little more bigger at their full size versus another. And then the other thing is one may live longer. So that I'm trying to figure out what makes sense in gameplay time. And it affects something that I'm doing with naming, because all the animals eventually, once I'm finished with my naming system, every animal will have a name. All the animals, not the playable animals. I'm talking about all the AI. So you're gonna have an AI, for example, in the world, like an elephant named Romo the elephant, right? Romo the elephant you encountered when you were 5% grown, and then you saw him in a different region, like when you got to 60% or something like that. The actual individuals are meant to simulate full lives, is what I plan to do. And the length of time that I have them die, I don't want that to take away from the fact that, hey, I met this specific elephant like this early in my gameplay and I saw them later. I want that experience to kind of persist. And so I'm trying to figure out what makes sense for the aging process to not interfere with that part of the experience that I want to do, but give the effect of actual will every animal is precious, because Roku the elephant might not make it to old age because he might die in a fight with lions or whatever. Or you may never just see that same elephant again, and you may wonder, well, I wonder what happened. Like, is that elephant alive or is it still dead? I don't know. You will know that you encountered the elephant because it's going to be in your journal. You're going to have your all the scents of the animals that you encountered with the name, so you will know if you met an elephant before. Hopefully I will have it to show like exactly where you met them and what your relationship with that elephant is, because you're meant to have a relationship with almost anything that you meet. So like if you're mean to an elephant early on and then they see you again, they should remember it and be afraid of you or be wanting to fight you. Let me see here. Oh, I really want to see how the hyenas look at night. Well, I mean, even at night, they don't look great. The thing is, they just create a presence of danger in the atmosphere that makes the game feel completely different at night. And it's mostly because of sound and just the nature of hyenas, how they are. I think they're just scary creatures IRL, just in real life. The way they sound and when they actually go for an animal and are hunting instead of like being scavengers, they're pretty scary. And in this game, they create that same effect. They don't look great at day, so I don't show them during the day. But I make them come out at night. And I make them be a real threat because they have an intense bite force, and I usually make sure there's a bunch of them. But yeah, you might get to see them actually in my gameplay. But I want to make them look better. The good thing is that the AI for them is ready. So as soon as I have the better looking hyenas, I can just kind of slip the old ones out, replace the new ones, and keep the AI brain that the ones that I'm developing now have. Vector Gaming Designs says, wow, you do a good job at making animal calls. Thanks for answering all my questions. Your game looks awesome so far. Gets better from here. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Will some animals die faster than others? Absolutely. Yep. And sometimes for completely random or unpredictable reasons. The game is meant to mimic lifelike conditions, so sometimes an animal may die and it appears like, well, they just dropped dead, but when actually they were sick. And you got to notice signs like they're pooping more than normal, or their poop is different, or like there's gonna be a reason for every single thing that happens. So animal can die from sickness, animal can die from too many injuries, animal can die from lack of nourishment, animal can die for lots of reasons, including it just may have a shorter lifespan than another animal of the exact same species. It just ended up getting, a short end of the straw. Just luck of the draw. Question, how big will herds and packs be? Good question. So in this free demo, which you can download from our Discord right now, by the way, for free, the player gets up to 3 in a herd. That the animals walk up and they decide whether they want to follow you. You don't go up and press any buttons. It's all automatic. So the animals will decide if they want to follow you. For the player, it's up to 3. For the animals themselves, you can see herds of 15 Atlas deer. You can see herds of 20 wildebeests. There's a possibility, and this is just for the demo. Like, I'm not saying this will be like the max. But you can see 20 wildebeest in a herd. You can see 20 zebras in a herd. You can see about up to 10 elephants. So you can see a bunch of different animals. Rabbits have different numbers. I won't be revealing really what the max numbers are until I concretely am basing that in the science that I'm basing this on. So like, how big do lion prides actually get in the wild? What's the science on like how big do hippo harems get? But it's gonna be approximately in the range that I think it should be for now. But I won't be saying specifics right now because some of them I actually forgot. But you can get big herds. So the way it breaks down is like this, right? Here are the group sizes, or here are the group types. You have family groups. These are groups that form when animals decide to stick together, like in groups of 2 or more, right? You have mating pairs, so you can see groups of 2, and the reason that there are 2 and not 4 already, because they're mating, so they can have babies, and then their group expands from 2 to a family, or they can just organically, weaker animals decide to follow an animal that presents itself as the alpha, whether that be you or the creature. Beyond the family groups, then you have herds. Herds are when there are several family groups all together, kind of sticking together. So a group of groups. All right. Beyond herds, you can get mega herds, where it's actually composed of several herds, and there's actually not just one type of species, but there's a family group of elephants, a family group of zebras, family group of giraffes. And these are the herds that you might see in wildlife documentaries, like on the savannah and Serengeti and stuff. So you can have mega herds where there's like several species of family groups, and then you can have several of the same types making up the groups that are in the herds, and then mega herd as well. Let's see. Well, the Kale says, will some animals die? Oh, already answered that one, I think. Look, I'm rereading that. How big? Oh, already got that one. Let me see. Hey, how's it going, Mont? Don't got this? What's up? Welcome back. That's really detailed. Absolutely. That's one of the things that I'm taking extremely seriously. I wanted to go more in depth in the experience that I got when I first started, and I was kicking around with the Isle and stuff like that. Let me see here. Oh, here we go. Oh, OMG, finally, no OP stats, just you get what you get. Yep, that's a big part of the approach. Is I want you to have things that are out of your control, but you do your best with what you have. That helps to create a different experience each and every time. You're not going to be able to recreate the same growth experience twice, no matter how hard you work, because there are just so many factors affecting your development. And one of those factors that basically is just built in is just the fact that you're going to get boosted in some things right from the get-go, and you're going to get nerfed in other things, or you may just get flat stats, but you really won't be able to choose that, and that's just random. But you can work really well with what you have, and it's going to reward you based on what you decide to do. So if you want to work on speed and you do running, those are the stats that are going to boost the most for you. Lovely Kale says, so how long is a day in the game trying to grass? Well, right now, this is for right now. So in the future, I do have some ideas of how I want to do this. However, I can't say anything right now because it might sound a little bit crazy. All right, for right now, what I'm doing is an hour of gameplay gives you a day and a night. And the way that ratio is, it's a day is 3 times as longer than a night. This is kind of informed by the experience that I got when I was playing survival games. Like when I played the Isle, I think it was 30 minutes and 30 and 30. So the day was just as long as the night. How I feel like is if the night isn't giving you as much gameplay experience, then it can't be as long as the day. So therefore, I feel like the day is 3 times better than night. Therefore, it has to be 3 times longer. But we can't leave out night experience because that's just a big thing. Now, however, I aspire to make it exactly the way that it should be. The ratio should be exact. The amount of time should be equal. It really should be equal amount of day, equal amount of night, because that's how it is in real life, right? But I have to work within the gameplay framework. So if it's not ready yet, then I can't make that. I can't make that equal just yet. Besides, I also spent a lot of time on developing things that look good. So it's like when you do night, it's like you're doing work for no reason because you just can't see as much at night. Unless you're a lion. You can see a whole different world if you're a lion. By the way, I think my night vision is probably the best out there. In terms of player... Oh, wait, I skipped something. Oh, here it is. So here's the next one. Oh, okay. Love the Kales also says, or a year. So a year I can't really define for you yet because the demo only has the summer right now, but you will be able to have different parts of the year as your starting point, and that will be random. So you won't be able to choose whether you start off in the winter, in the spring, in the fall, or the summer, but you will have all four. I actually have all four right now. However, I didn't see a point in having spring and summer when the weather patterns are basically the same. I have to go and code different patterns so that so that it's different and it's not just the name. Excuse me. So it's not just the name of the season changing. You actually see the gameplay changes and it feels different. Like there's the food is available at different places and times and stuff like that. So that is planned, but it's not developed enough yet to be playable. But a year, I can't say how long I want a year to be yet because it just would not sound like a reality yet. But what you can assume is that I'm trying to go as realistic as one possibly can, while keeping it a game, a fun experience. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I don't want the only players to be like actual literal zoologists or scientists that like simulate the game for like as like a teaching instrument or something like that. So I actually want it to be fun for it. Just maybe if somebody is mildly interested in animals and they've seen documentaries and stuff, they want to just play, they can just play. That's so people can keep playing with different types of builds. Yes, there's going to be a large number of possibilities, something like that. And I love this because nobody can recreate it. You know what I mean? Like nobody can really look at, oh, the Great Circle's doing this, let's do that. You can't really recreate it because you can't even recreate it in the game. Love the Kale says, in terms of players for, say, a Rhino player and Lion players teaming up and fighting other players, I know a lot of people hate it. That is true. I'm not in the part of development where I'm really thinking much about that, but that is true. I can tell you my initial feeling is, I don't think it's a good for me, the developer, if I'm setting up an open world situation with a freestyle gameplay for me to be heavy-handed with how people want to play. If that's how people are able to play in the game, then there's nothing wrong with it. If I don't want people to play that way, it's on me to make the game in such a way that it punishes people for doing that, or it's just built into the experience. For right now, I haven't really gotten into that because I haven't started I'm testing stuff, but I haven't really multiplayer has not moved into the priority yet. Not yet. It will be later, but story mode is more of a priority. But yeah, people don't like it because it messes with the realism, and I 100% understand that. So I may make it so that there's consequences for that. Just like I'm making consequences for, like, if you hang out around a carcass too long, you can catch a disease. So I may make it so that if you hang out around species that are not yours for too long, you can catch a disease. There are a lot of natural ways that I can do that. I just don't want to take the position of like, oh, I personally don't think it's too realistic and I don't like it, so I'm going to make it like you shouldn't do that, even though it's like a possibility for the game. I want there to be a reason for any and every decision. There needs to be like a reason grounded in wanting the experience to be realistic and stuff like that. Just not from a personal thing. But yeah, I understand what you mean. Where is that thing? It's underground. So I am making it so like some water things you can only get to if you can dig. Right now digging's not in demo, but this would be an example of a water source that I can smell, but I can't reach it because my animal can't dig. However, elephants will be able to dig. So I just have to finish working on that. Alright, let's go to the stack. I want to see how the stack is. Okay, let me see here. Oh, Love the Kale says, last question. How are you? Thank you. I'm doing good. Thanks so much. I always feel better after I've gotten work done. There's so much more to do, but once I've reached some milestone, I feel a lot better. Because now I can relax just a little bit before I start to obsess and start to work on the next part of this game, which is going to be humans, poachers, more playables, and more stuff. See that lion? Alright, so here's a look at the lion, whoever wanted to see the lion. So that lion, you see that red thing? That's a dead body. The lion's going to the carcass. Lions and predators are attracted to carcass, and now she is eating the carcass. I just spotted a bug. Hang on. Let me have to write this down. It won't mean anything to you guys, but I know what's wrong, what I'm looking at here. Now she's looking at me. Let me switch. Hang on one second. Alright, just want to make a quick note. Alright, so now you see that she's hunting me. You see her in that stance? She's now making her way towards me. So she's guarding the thing, but now she's hunting. Alright, now, alright, she's going back to guard the carcass. So she didn't like me being that close. So you saw her crouch into that mode. She went to try to hunt me. Now she went back to eat that carcass. Now what's really cool about the lions that I was able to program is that when they start to hunt something and they crouch, if you look at them, just like cats in real life, they'll freeze, and if you turn your back, they'll take that opportunity to get closer to you. And if they get close enough where they feel like they can catch you, then they will break into a sprint. Mostly. Because I did put some variation in that behavior so that to make it harder to predict as well. Alright, so what you can notice now on my body is those numbers are damage. So I'm now taking weather damage. I'm dying of exposure right now. So what I want to do is get to something that can shelter me, which would be like a tree or a bush. These are the central grasslands. It's a big type of savanna. They don't have many trees to block light from getting to the grass, so my shelter opportunities are going to be basically far and few between with these acacias. But I'm going to run to the acacia and show you how the shelter works. On the right side of my screen it says exposed, that's why I'm taking damage. When I get under something, like in a cave or in a bush, then it will say sheltered, and then I will stop taking exposure damage. But right now, my little baby elephant does not like this, so I need to hurry up. Now it's 7 HP. I'm going to make that damage look better, but it's basically showing us like I'm taking really minimal damage, but over time it builds up and it really is a detriment. Your overall health will affect how fast you can regenerate stamina and how fast your elephant can run. I just leveled up, so I did get a boost in my HP and stuff. I did that to help the player specifically, but like you can expect that to be a little more realistic later. Alright, let's see here. Trying to get right. Here we go. So now it says I'm sheltered. So I can just sit right here underneath this tree. And the tree is shielding me from the weather right now. Now eventually it's going to be a little more realistic to where if the tree isn't really that bushy, I'm going to still be taking damage, just less than if I had no tree. And some forms of bushes will offer more shelter than others, but I want more detail in that regard because it will add to the calculation of what you're trying to where you're trying to go. We're which makes the experience more real. Alright, let me check the stats or chat real quick. It says like someone might be fast, someone might be more durable. True. So that's a comment on yes, so you're gonna get some advantages at birth just randomly. And some disadvantages as well. More sneaker, etc. Yep. So when I work on the lions, I'm going to be working on stuff like how noisy you get when you approach, and can you make yourself quieter. I'm going to be dealing with that stuff pretty soon. Lovely Kel says, no, I mean in terms of growth, how long in minutes or hours is a year? I can't define that because I haven't enabled a year. So I don't know yet. That's something that I have to, just like I'm trying to figure out what's the appropriate time for animals to die of age while not interfering with my naming system and animals being unique. I have to think about like what's the appropriate time for like a year in game, because I can't let that interfere with migration paths that animals would have set up and how often they do it. And things like that. All the systems have to work together in unity. So I can't really say. And now that is one measure of time that would not change. Whereas elephants may grow at different speeds depending on like your health and how you're doing with raising your animal. The time of day and time of year would not change at rate. So whatever I set is going to be the way that it is. But I don't know what's right, and I really don't want to say what I want to do because I think it would sound a little bit crazy right now. But I do have some things that are specific in mind, just not right time to say it. It says, I wish I could stay. Man, today was good. I'll see you some other time streaming. Thank you, Omen. Thanks for stopping by the stream. You take care. And let me know how the game plays for you if you're able to download it and try it out. And if you're watching, hit that like button, please. If there's a like button. You may be watching on Twitch or Twitter because we're streaming in both places right now. But if there's a like button or a upvote button or whatever, hit it. Help out the game. Help your boy out. See you later. Alright, see you, Omen. Oh, that's so cool. Let me download this demo and watch you too. Now, hopefully, I'll be able to do a little bit of limited multiplayer in the short term. We'll see. Like, maybe I'll be able to do an event where you guys can... I'll have a button that says join stream game, and like once you download the game, you press the button. As long as I'm online, you can join in and like be on screen as an animal and just be moving around and stuff. It'll be like a special thing. We'll see. I think that'd be kind of cool. Play with the viewers. Alright, let me see. Oh, finally I reached the end of the chat. Perfect. Alright. Alright, now let's get up and let's start moving. Tree, so it doesn't shield me as well as the other one. But I can let my hide start to regenerate there. Because you can see running from there just to right here, it took like 75% of my hide. I was wondering if I should fix that. I think that that's not going to work the way that I thought it would. Every time the camera collides with the tree, it moves the thing. I think I can make it ignore it. You know what? I'm gonna tank it when I get to the stack. Dude, what do we have here? Alright, so I'm gonna... There's a rabbit. I'm gonna demonstrate some trample damage real quick. Dang it. Try it again. Dang it. He's moving out of the way. But I could trample him if I wasn't... Here we go. There we go. I just trampled him. He's dead. I stepped on his head. So every animal technically has trample. Even the rabbits have trample. It's just you can only trample things that are smaller in weight or size. So I was bigger than him, so I trampled him. Here's a bird. Just trampled the bird. And the only thing a rabbit could trample would be something like a bird or a grasshopper or something. But trample damage works for almost every animal. Alright, I'm taking real damage from hunger. Okay, I just leveled up, so I should be okay. Alright, let me show you something else that's really cool. There's a wildebeest. Alright, I'm gonna... Hopefully I can approach this rhino without him aggroing me. Rhinos are really aggressive. They can sense whether you're walking or running at them. So it's like if you run at a rhino, that's one of the reasons why they get spooked and they just suddenly get aggressive. So I'm walking slowly on purpose, but look closely at the rhino. Look really closely. If you look on his back, he's got a couple birds on him. Oh, look at his scent. Oh shoot. He's got a couple birds on his back. He's got one riding on his head. He's letting me get really close. Now he wants to attack, so I'm gonna run. Okay, he didn't attack me. Alright. I'm definitely getting attacked over here, so... See these hippos? They are extremely ornery. Extremely territorial. So I'll try to just get over here and then move on quickly. How much damage am I taking? It should be okay if I reach this bush. Flamingo. Rabbit. A lot of animal life. Well, I want to show right here, but it looks like that's a lion. Is that a lion? Oh no, it's a giraffe, I think. The trees are like... They have to really shield you or else they don't do anything. You kind of got to get one with a lot of leaves on it. It's asleep. It's not saying I'm sheltered. So the rain is a little heavy for this tree. I need to get something else. Be a bug. I feel like this should be sheltered. Where the shadow is, I should be able to be sheltered. think I spooked him. Let me try this other tree. Now that's a baby zebra, but they are born 6 feet tall, so that he's supposed to be big. I'm actually really small for an elephant. I'm actually really, really small. So he's not actually that big. I think this tree should shield me. There we go. Trying to get comfortable. So the audio does get lower if you get in shelter. It works really well for caves, but out in the open area like this, it does feel a little weird. There are a lot of animals in this water, I can tell. You know, I'm starting to get a little laggy, more laggy than usual. Like oh my god, they chase him into the water. So look at this. He's in the water. For what reason, I do not know. He was getting chased. Oh, lion. Shoot. See that lion? Oh, she's coming. She's coming. Oh, no. She might not have seen me at first. Maybe I should have stayed sitting down. This is not smart, but I'm gonna do it. Oh, jeez. I gotta keep going. Oh, she's leaving. Oh, my computer's so struggling right now. If the stream crashes, I'm sorry. I don't have the best computer. She didn't want to go into the water after me. Now she's looking around for something else. I think she hit me. Yeah, she took a chunk out of me, dude. I'm down to 16. And I'm hungry. So I'm in trouble. Let's, I need to cross. Hippos are over here attacking stuff, so I don't really want to be over there. And you just need to get that food. I think the giraffe is getting ready to drink. What is that? Oh, shoot. I think I hear something. Something died underwater. There might be a croc. Sorry for the lag, my computer's struggling. Oh crap. I gotta work on that. I think there's a rabbit. Oh, there's a croc right there. Is he dead? Oh, there's a bush. I need this bush. There's a crab in the water. Ah! He wants the bush. I want the bush. The hippo wants the bush. No! I needed that. Oh, there's another one. Alright, check out my frogs. It's an African bullfrog. I'm gonna eat this bush. I can't believe I just went through there and didn't get attacked by the hippos. That must really be busy. Oh no, hang on, something's chasing. Oh, I don't know where he's going. I just need this food. Oh wait, I just leveled up. I'm okay. It's a little busted. It's helping the player a little too much, but I made it so that if you level up and it hasn't been 5 minutes, it will refill your health and your hunger and your thirst. I figured it would help. Oh, I just noticed another bug, unfortunately. I noticed 2 bugs. Oh no. I'm gonna need to fix this. Let's go ahead and get this food. Alright, you know what? Let's just keep walking. After I eat this. Gal says, "Oh, that's so cool." Oh wait, that's old. My walking is screwed up right now. Also the growth. Something broke. Yeah, that's a bug. Whoops. I think I grew and I just, it did not update. Let me see if it fixes itself, but that's a definite bug. I'm gonna have to fix that. Alright, so I'm gonna get closer to the stack over here. God dang it, that's so annoying. Like, I did not have this problem. The walking is sliding now too. Dang it, just messed up a lot. Alright, that's embarrassing, but I will fix it. It's a simple thing to fix. I don't know exactly what caused that, but I can definitely fix it. Alright, so I'm going to go to the stack area here. For now, ignore the animation, please, because it is glitching. But we now have a herd of giraffe here. At least they look good when they're walking. Maybe it's my auto walk that broke the walking animation. Alright, so this is a very dangerous area that I'm entering because it is densely populated with lions. This is the area known as the Stack. It's because of that igneous rock formation up there. When you look at it from the front, it's like somebody stacked it. Almost like somebody's making a video game. Let me see if there's something open that I can close that will help here. Yeah, there is something. Let me close that. And let me close this. And let me close this. See if that helps performance a little bit. Giraffes can be a little mean. What's he doing? But they do this. Oh. Now he's going back to the calf. Or she's going back to the calf. Okay, so I was saying, like, this area is dangerous. I already am being stalked. Let me see if he loses me if I go into the bushes. The bushes can hide you. But over here you can get pride hunted, so it's like there won't just be one coming at you. There's gonna be like more. Oh, she's coming. See if I can threaten her. She's deciding what she wants to do. Oh, the camera's getting messed up. Oh, I hit her. Alright, there's another bug. God dang it. Let me write this down real quick. I'll update these tonight and then replace the oh shoot, that's a fennec fox. Who was asking about the fox? So basically the fox is now here to feed on the lion corpse. There you go. Oh, there's another lion? Oh! Wait, where did that one come from? I saw the second one, but I didn't see that third one. She gave a, oh shoot, she could follow me over here. Yeah, so I was saying this area is dangerous because there's a bunch of lions. The walking broke halfway through. It does not normally look like this. It looks much better. So I will fix that tonight and then add an update to the thing. Ah! That lion scared the crap out of me. Yeah, me too. I don't know if I just didn't notice the lion, or if it actually glitched to where it was, or if it's just because my computer struggled to render the lion, and it just appeared to pop up when it actually walked over there. But yeah, something in this area is bugging me out. I think it's not me. Yeah, I'm struggling. Alright, let's see if we can reload real quick. This is a little too embarrassing. Well, the area is so cool. Thank you, Fanny. I actually spent time looking at landscape pictures and stuff and trying to get like a actual authentic looking area. Now I can say that a lot of those plants, I have better ones that I want to bring in, but I have to remodel them to not take up much RAM, I should say. because if I just put them in as they are now, they're just going to slow the system down. But I can get them to where it's like unnoticeable, and they just look so much better, even than the ones that you saw. Maybe all the scary lions. The lions actually were the cause of lag in that area in a previous version. I thought that it had been fixed, so I think it's not them anymore. I think it's something else. They should not be the same cause. I just have to double check to see if the thing that I took out before reverted back to the way it was, because it was just like that. If it is that same problem, it's a good thing because I know exactly how to fix it. I'll just take it out. And if it's not, I just have to figure out what exactly is causing that and solve that by the update. But the good thing is it's not everywhere, because it wasn't doing that in the other area. It's just that specific area is where that issue was happening. I don't know if it would happen if I go back there, so I'm going to see if I can walk back over there real quick. Not sure if it's stuck. I think it got stuck, so I'm going to restart it. Let me put you on the temporary screen real quick. He says, got to go. See you next stream. All right, thanks for stopping by, Fanny. Don't forget to hit that like button on your way out. It is free and it helps out a lot. Appreciate everyone for watching the stream today. Definitely download this free demo and give it a try. Let me know what you think. I'm going to be improving it a lot this month because we've got a lot of things to add to builds. OMG, I just downloaded it and deleted it by accident. I know how it feels. What's your favorite animal? Good question. My favorite animal is between either the elephant, the giraffe, or I like something about all of them, but the elephant, the giraffe, I think it's between elephant and giraffe. The game's almost reloaded. Give me a second. Giraffe is really fun. Lovely Kale says bye. Thank you. All right. Thanks so much. Enjoy. Have a happy holidays, by the way. I'll see you next stream. Alright. Game is reloaded. Let's get back over here. Nice, I'm back in Central. I can go right over to the stack and continue testing in a second. Nice little water puddle right here. Alright, let's get back over to the stack. I need to test something out real quick. Cal says, wait, are you ending the stream? Not just yet. Actually, pretty soon I'll probably end the stream. Let me see how much time we're at. Oh, we're at 2 hours, 20 minutes. Alright, so I'll probably be ending pretty soon. I want to just check this out on stream real quick. Let's see the settler area. This is actually gonna be... It's a good start. This area is gonna look way cooler. I have a lot of cool stuff in mind, like a waterfall. There's just a lot that I want to do with this little area here. But in general, there's a lot of space to work with in this region. This region is huge. Alright, so these, you kind of want to watch out for these in the future. Right now it's not live, but these can indicate not just famine, but disease. So you want to be wary of any skeletons and stuff that you find. See how the walking looks way better? Last time it was a glitch. We venture into the bushes. Oh, it's big. Turn it off. that mountain is scalable. Oh shoot. Ah! Being hunted. So they can lose you in the bushes, but what happens is the scent will give you away. So you kind of want to run through the bushes to break their line of sight, and then zigzag. Because when I can't fool her. Ah! This is why this area is dangerous. So right now, I should be bleeding, but the bleed isn't on. So they can attack and wait for you to bleed out a little bit. So they don't just oh shoot. See? Big pride of lions over here. So they don't just randomly, like, they don't bot spam and stuff like that. Sometimes they wait, sometimes they attack more often. I think I'm being hunted by this one too. You see how this one is like slowly coming towards me? That's how it feels to be hunted by lions. Alright, maybe I can get them to change targets. Luckily, I'm not that damaged based on the how many times it hit me. I think I might have lost. Oh, once following me. Need to get out of sight. There's more. Yeah, so there's a this area tends to have a mega pack or a mega group of lions. Big lion pride. There might be a little maybe a little confusion I can use to get away. So that pride seems to have lost me.